Welcome to Solutions IRB training for Exempt Category 2 research. Exempt Category 2 is defined at 45 CFR 46.104. This is in the Code of Federal Regulations. Research that only includes interactions involving educational tests, cognitive diagnostic aptitude achievement, survey procedures, interview procedures, or observation of public behavior, including visual or auditory recording, if at least one of the following criteria is met. 1, the information obtained is recorded by the investigator in such a manner that the identity of the human subjects cannot readily be ascertained directly or through identifiers linked to the subjects. Any disclosure of the human subject's responses outside the research would not reasonably place the subjects at risk of criminal or civil liability or be damaging to the subject's financial standing, employability, educational advancement, or reputation, or the information obtained is recorded by the investigator in such a manner that the identity of the human subjects can readily be ascertained directly or through identifiers linked to the subjects, and an IRB conducts a limited IRB review to make the determination required by 46.111A7. Limited IRB review will be covered in a later presentation. So if you think that applies to your study, please listen to that. We're often asked if exemptions can be gotten for subjects that fall under subparts B, C, and D. So these are pregnant women, fetuses, neonates, prisoners, and children. For those individuals under subpart B, they can participate in exempt category 2 research if all of the other qualifications for exempt status are met. Those individuals who fall under subpart C, prisoners, cannot participate in exempt category 2 research unless it only incidentally includes prisoners. So prisoners cannot be the focus of the research, but an individual who is a prisoner may be in the study. So perhaps sometime during the research, a subject is incarcerated or something along those lines. Research that falls under subpart D, which has children involved, cannot participate in exempt category 2 unless the research uses educational tests, in which case we would generally classify it as exempt category 1 anyway, or it's public behavior, and the public behavior that is being observed does not involve the investigator anyway. So the investigator is just recording the behavior, not an actor in that behavior. Some things to watch out for if you're seeking exempt category 2. The use of focus groups can jeopardize exempt 2 because of potential loss of confidentiality. So while the researchers may keep everything confidential, you can't guarantee that other subjects in a focus group will. If identifiers are kept with the data and risky questions are being asked of the subjects, that can jeopardize your exempt category 2. And be careful with the use of audio recording and especially video recording. That's something that the IRB will look at with a particular eye. One thing you can do is apply for a waiver of documentation of consent. This can help lower risk. So individuals perhaps will give their consent digitally by clicking through the consent. And finally, absolutely no interviews or surveys with children can ever qualify for exempt category 2. If you're doing interviews or surveys with children, it either has to be exempt category 1, or it's going to be an expedited or a full review study. What we need in your submission, the standard items, all data collection materials, consent scripts, sometimes referred to as the landing page script, recruitment materials that you may be using, human subjects training, certificates for the principal investigator and all research personnel. And if a foreign language is involved, we need all the foreign language documents that will be used with translation attestations and English translations if we don't have those because you're also using English documents in your research. If your study does not qualify for exempt category 2, these studies generally are then classified as expedited category 6 or expedited category 7. And if you have any questions, don't hesitate to reach out to us at reviews@solutionsirb.com or phone us at 855-226-4472. Thank you.